So this is a segment from YSL Trial Day 119 with Brian Steele cross-examining Kenneth Copeland, a.k.a. Lil Woody. And what we're going to see in this segment is a series of questioning that establishes the pressure that Kenneth Copeland was under from APD, from the feds, and even a bit with the district attorney's office. After that's laid out, Brian Steele goes step by step with a history of Kenneth Copeland's record, including how he was originally served with an arrest warrant for the murder of Donovan Thomas. So let's go through that here.
I'd like to go through with you Jeffery Williams, or JW 241F as in Fox, States Exhibit number 378YA as in Elisa. This is January 11th, 2015. So this is, 7-8 hours after Mr. Thomas was, God forbid, shot. It's 3:14:24 a.m. to 3:14:29 a.m. And I want you to hear and listen for whether you said this. I never had a problem with Nut. Me and Nut ain't never had two words with each other. Me and Nut was always okay. You know what I'm saying? The only person I ever had a problem with was Cal. Just tell me if that's what is being said.
I never had a problem with nothing. Me and Nut ain't never had two words to each other. Me and Nut was always okay. You know what I'm saying?
Now, Mr. Copeland, what I said, that was fairly accurate?
What you say?
What I said when I asked you to listen for it, that was accurate? That was...
Oh, we heard it.
Okay. And actually, a little time before January 6, 2015, I'm using that date for when you got into that fight at Club Crucial. You know what I'm talking about? When Shell Kell and other people jumped on you with your eye. You know what I'm talking about?
You know I know what you're talking about.
Okay. So before that date, before January 6, 2015, you stole from Mr. Donovan Thomas's Tahoe vehicle his cellular telephone, his identification, his chain, his nut chain, and his wallet. Is that true?
I gave it back to him.
Okay. I'm going to get there, I promise you. And what happened was Mr. Donovan Thomas called his own cell phone and you answered it and made arrangements to give him back his property. Fair to say?
Sound like that.
And when he came to get his property, he came with other people in other cars, right?
Sound like that.
And they had guns.
Objection, assuming facts not in evidence.
Well, he's asking the question of whether Mr. Copeland knows, so I'll overrule that.
What going on?
Did they have guns that you saw?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
shortly after that, you learned that Donovan Thomas and others were going to hurt you. True?
Objection, improper character of the victim.
Sustained.
You knew that Donovan Thomas and others made statements that you heard that they were going to hurt you.
Objection, Your Honor, assuming facts not in evidence and improper character evidence.
Sustained.
Did you ever listen to Donovan Thomas have a meeting with others where they discussed you?
Finding out, Hilton, finding out.
Yeah, I was told.
And you were actually listening, and there was a person named Maurice or Mo who was in prison on the call as well, right?
I don't know. I don't know who somebody came back and told me.
Okay. And you understood that Donovan Thomas and others were going to hurt you. Is that true?
Objection, assuming facts not into evidence.
Sustained.
Did you believe, come around January 10th, 2015, that Donovan Thomas and others were going to hurt you? Did you believe that?
Same objection and relevance of what his beliefs were.
I think it goes to his state of mind on the day that Mr. Thomas was killed.
Overruled.
What you asked?
Did you believe that on the date that Donovan Thomas was killed, that he and others, his friends, were going to, had a plan to hurt you physically?
I was told it.
Okay. So when you told the police on January 11, 2015, that you and Nut never had any words, never had a problem, your only problem was with Kel, you just didn't want to tell the police about that, right?
Say that again?
You did not share with the police what you believed to be a problem that Donovan Thomas was and his friends were trying to hurt you. You didn't share that with Detective Thorpe, did you?
I don't know.
You told Detective Thorpe that you never had a problem with Mr. Thomas, right? We just heard that.
That's what I told him.
Okay. I want to go into what you have been told by law enforcement. I'm going to do it all from January 10th of 2015. And I want you to listen to these. I want you to listen. This is JW 240 AA, Elisa, States Exhibit number 378YE. It's June 10th, 2015. It's 1:15 p.m. to 1:51 p.m. and tell the jury if this is accurate. You said, "It is though. I sat right here. You know what I mean? I promised I wouldn't back out for nothing. You know what I mean?" Detective says, "I'ma find out." You said, "Like I said, man, if that was to keep me out of jail and y'all can help me, I promise you, want Birdman, Kente, any of them, I will go right there and do what I have to do, right? I am good with anybody. You know, even though all this SHI blank going on, you know," and detective says, "You mean right?" And you said, "I put it on my mama's soul. I mean it." I want you to listen to this, okay?
I promise I'm gonna back out for next. I mean, I'm find out. Like I said, man, if they was to keep me out of jail and if y'all can help me, man, I promise you, you gonna throw up Birdman, can't say and one of them. I'm gonna go right there and do what I have to do. Like, I'm good with anybody. Like, you know, all this shit going on. I mean, it will be 2015, 1:16 p.m. You mean that, right? I put it on my own soul, I mean.
Now, did you hear Detective Gaither say June 10, 2015, 1:16 p.m.? You mean that right? And you said, "I put it on my mama's soul." She's saying that what you said, that you're going to help them. You'll do anything to get out of jail, right?
Right.
Okay. I want to go back in time, same day, but this is going to be 9:45 a.m. So about 4 hours before, 3 hours before. This is JW 240B as in Barry, B as in Barry, States Exhibit number 378YE as in Aaron. And this is 9:45, 19 a.m. to 9:48, 39 a.m. And it's Detective Cunning, not detective, special agent with the ATF, alcohol, tobacco, firearms, explosive, Cunningham. She's a female, and she says, and I want you to make sure that it's accurate. She says, okay, I need you to listen. You know you're a felon. You know that you got a gun today, so you can't even dispute that. I don't even want you to try because you're just going to be wasting my time and yours too. And let me finish. You said no, and there's overlapping conversation, meaning multiple people speaking. The ATF agent Cunningham says, me and investigator Gaither, but the gun today, the one we found today in the apartment, meaning when you were arrested from your apartment on June 10, 2015. You said, uh-huh. ATF agent Cunningham said, now, when it comes to the federal system, it's not you go, when you go, do your time, there's no parole. There is no, what it is. I mean, and then Detective Gaither says, early release. And then Agent Cunningham says, no early release. You may get good behavior, but that's only like you get nothing. And they typically don't let you stay in Atlanta. They might ship you off somewhere clear across the country. So whatever you do, and then you say, darn, but you said a different word, my head hurt. Agent Cunningham said, I'll go back and tell the United States attorney that's assigned to this case, this is what he did to help himself out. It pans out. Or I can go back and tell her, this is what he said. We found out it was a lie. He's continuing to play games. The judge do what they want to do. So before we can even get started, especially while I'm sitting here, everything is on you because I've never talked to you before. So with me, you almost get a clean slate to help yourself. If you do lies, I don't, because I got too much other stuff to do and would hate to have to go back and tell the U.S. attorney, but he's lying, he's full of crap. It's up to you. You said, before I lie, then there's a lot of people talking. Agent Cunningham said, it's up to you, Mr. Copeland. You said, before I lie, Agent Cunningham said, let me finish. I think it's a 3 or 4 time convicted felon you are. How many felonies do you have? Detective Gaither said, about 3, don't you? Agent Cunningham said, you got 3. Detective Gaither said, about 3 or 4. You said, talking about what? Agent Cunningham said, how many felonies do you have? You said, what am I on probation for? Agent Cunningham said, how many convictions are felonies? Detective Gaither said, it's around 3. You said, I don't know. Agent Cunningham said, let's just assume it's 3, okay? I'm fixing to tell you right now, you have heard of the armed career criminal. You said, you're not going to worry about me lying. Agent Cunningham said, you have heard of armed career criminal with 3 while you're sitting here now, and how old are you? You said 23. Agent Cunningham said 23. You got 15 years off the top. And that's before you even get into the time for whatever your charge is. And possession by a convicted felon is 5 years twice. That's 10. So we're talking about 15 plus 10 on top of that. You're looking at what, 48 years old? That's what you're looking at. This is serious. You said, I told you it's getting Detective Gaither said, I told you it's getting real. Detective Gaither said, nobody has time for the bull crap. You said, I told you it's getting real. I knew it. I tried. Agent Cunningham said, that's not including whatever conspiracies you're involved in. Mr. Copeland, if I really wanted to be a bad ASS and treat you bad, I'd probably throw the book at you and wouldn't think twice about it. You got a baby girl, a beautiful baby girl. I want you to listen to it. And this is all at the early in the morning, 9:45 a.m., okay?
Thank you so much. We have new gifts from Sentinel, who has a new profile picture.
Okay, I need you to listen. You know you're a felon. You know you got that gun today. So you can't even dispute that. So I don't even want you to try because you're just going to be wasting my time and yours too. And let me finish. With the gun today, the one we found today in the apartment. Now, when it comes to the federal system, it's not you go do your time and there's no parole.
There is no, what is it? I mean, I
Early
there's
release.
no early release. You may get
I
good
heard,
behavior, but that's only like,
I heard,
you get nothing. And they typically don't let you stay in Atlanta. They might ship you off somewhere clear across the country. So whatever you do, I go back and tell the U.S. attorney that's assigned to your case, this is what he did to help himself out. It pans out. Or I can go back and tell her, this is what he said. We found out it was lies. He continued to play games. The judge do what they want to do. So what I'm trying to tell you before we even get started, especially while I'm sitting here, everything is on you because I've never talked to you before. So with me, you almost get a clean slate to help yourself. I don't do lies. I just don't because I got too much other stuff to do. And I would hate to have to go back and tell any U.S. attorney, you know what, he just lying and he full of crap. It's up to you, Mr. Copeland. You are I think, is it a 3 or 4 times convicted felon? How many felons do you have?
about 3, don't you?
You have 3?
About 3 or 4. Right.
How many felonies?
I'm saying, like, is it what I'm on probation for?
How many convictions that are felonies do you have? Is it 3 or 4?
It's around there, yeah, I don't know.
Okay, let's just assume it's 3, okay? I'm gonna tell you right now, with 3, have you ever heard of armed career criminal?
I'm not gonna worry about me lying.
Have you ever heard of armed career criminal? With 3, where you sitting at now, and you how old?
23.
23, you get 15 years off the top. Off the top. That's before you even get into the time for whatever your charge is, and possession by convicted felony, 5 years, twice is 10. So we talking about 15 plus 10 on top of that. You're looking at, what, 48 years old? That's what you're looking at. This is serious.
I told you.
Nobody has time for the bull crap.
I told you it's getting real. Did I not? I knew it. I tried to.
That's not including whatever conspiracies you involved in. Mr. Copeland, if I really wanted to be a badass and treat you bad, I would probably throw the book at you and wouldn't think twice about it. You got a baby girl, beautiful baby girl.
Mr. Copeland, what I said, was that fair, what they were telling you? They being the federal Agent Cunningham and Detective Gaither, Gang Detective Gaither?
What happened?
Is that pretty much what they're telling you? 48 years of age, you got federal charges, 25 years off the top?
Yeah, she was lying too.
But that's what you believed at the time, right?
Yes.
And that motivated you to tell the police anything they wanted to hear to get you home, right?
I was always gonna do that, but it just like, it scared me more.
I want to go into Jeffery Williams 240, JW 240CC as Colette. It states exhibit number 378, YE as in Aaron. It's again June 10th, same interview, 2015. This is a little later. This is 12:08:22 to 12:10:50. And on this one, you said, man, so what can I do? I don't know why. I'll do whatever, man. I'll wear a camera. Detective said, listen to me. I'll do whatever, man. I'm glad you mentioned that, said Detective Gaither. I'll do whatever, man. I promise to God, man. Detective said, I'm glad you mentioned that because last Thursday, Miss Kim Dammers is a United States attorney, like the head person for the federal prison system. And I basically broke down to her everything we had so far in your case, all of them, shootings, all of this, all right? She said, you guys have great cases, but we need somebody with direct knowledge that can take down the main culprits. To us, I don't think you're a main target because you are the target for them. What we want, the top guys that's calling the shots. I know you heard the term, we want the big fish. And sometimes to get the big fish, you got to dangle small fish in front of them for them to come, for the fish to come. So is that something you want to do? Because our case is sealed with you. Like it's not, you know, of course, we would like to, you know, solve some of these retaliatory shootings and all that stuff. But as far as your fate at this point, Detective Dennis said, you're done. Detective Gaither said, you're cooked. The only thing that may possibly help you is helping yourself by speaking what you know. You said, I just. Then Detective Gaither said, right. And then, but you know, that's Shannon. And Detective Dennis said, he's on the same level as you. Detective Gaither said, basically, I don't consider Shannon a big fish. Detective Dennis said, he's a small fish. You said, I know what y'all want to throw. Detective Gaither said, like, he's a gopher, you understand? And that's why he's less. In my opinion, he's less than you with your status, in my opinion. And you said, so what do I need to do? And Detective Gaither said, I want to know what the FUC blank thug doing. I want to know what, I want to know what the F thug doing.
Oh,
I want to know what the F, goddamn, excuse my language. Where is his money from? If they got to get Birdman, we want to talk about the darn, or it says, damn, Wayne Bus. I want to play that for you. Tell me if this is what you were told.
So what can I do to make it straight up? I don't know why. I do whatever, man. I don't know. I do whatever, man. I'm glad you mentioned it. I do whatever, man. I promise God, man. I'm glad you mentioned it. Because last Thursday, Ms. Kim Dammers, the U.S. Attorney, like the head person for the federal system. And I basically broke down to her everything that we had as far as your case, all the retaliatory shootings, all this, all that, right? She said, you guys have great cases, but we need somebody with direct knowledge that can take down the main culprits. To us, I don't want to say you're not a main target because you are the target for them, but we want top guys that's calling shots. I know you heard the term, we want the big fish. And sometimes to get to the big fish, you got to dang the small fish in front of them for them to come, for the fish to come. So, if that's something that you want to do, because our case is sealed with you, like it's not, you know. Of course, we would like to, you know, solve some of these retaliatory shootings and all that stuff. But as far as your fate, at this point, you cooked. And the only thing that may possibly help you is you helping yourself by speaking what you know. Right. But you know what? That's not Shannon.
He on the same level as you.
Basically, I don't consider Shannon a big fish. Like you said, he a gopher. You understand? And that's the way he's less. In my opinion, he's less than what your status is. What I need to do? I want to know what the fuck Thug doing. I want to know what the fuck goddamn where his money is from. If they got to get to Birdman. We will talk about damn Wayne Bus.
Fair what I said, Mr. Copeland?
this is what it sounds like.
You knew before going in that law enforcement, they made it clear to you, this happens to be recorded, but they made it clear to you that they wanted Jeffery Williams, you to give information on Jeffery Williams, right?
Yeah.
And the only way that you were going to avoid, in your opinion, what you were told, pretty much the rest of your life in prison, is that how you understood it? Was to give information on Jeffery Williams and others. True?
Really, Jason?
And it was a lie, wasn't it?
What you mean?
Jeffrey Williams didn't do these things that you're telling the police.
But I told y'all that.
All right, let's take a break.
Convenient timing for a break. Let's say that. Wow. And guys, I know I've seen some people say this is repetitive, but it's effective to have your points land when you repeat certain things. Additionally, a lot of the repetition is specific things, but Brian Steele's repeated point is, and nobody asked for your phone to verify this, and nobody reached out to you to verify this, and nobody talked to you to verify whether or not this is actually true. Nope, nope, nope. Over and over and over. So, look at them again. Oh my God, the body language.
All right, I've asked Ms.
What the heck is
Crisfield to
going
check
on?
on how the juror is doing as well, so I'll let y'all know what we hear back. Anything before we take our recess?
I will get you those cases.
Okay, all right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Which I think they are. Let's get Mr. Copeland and get them back and try to make some more progress early. All right. Go ahead, Mr. Steele.
Mr. Copeland, I would like to discuss with you Jeffrey Williams, JW 240DD, David States Exhibit number 378, YE as in Aaron, that's 11:52:04 a.m. to 11:52:28 a.m. And what it specifically, I believe, says, and then you tell us if I'm wrong or correct, that you said, because right now I just need help. If y'all can promise, y'all could help me, I promise. And then there's some break. I don't understand what's being said. And then you say, I'll sit here, tell y'all everything I done heard and everything I done saw and everything I can tell y'all, stuff that y'all can go get. You know what I mean? Like, and then Detective Dennis said, are you willing to do that though? And you said, I promise. I'll do it right now. I can show y'all houses. Y'all can go bust your head right at the spot. I don't care, man. I just want y'all to protect. Detective Dennis says, what do you want out of it? You said, me, my baby girl. Excuse me, I said that wrong. Me and my baby and my girl. Can you listen to it for us?
Because right now, this, I just need help. If y'all can promise y'all can help me, I promise you, bro. I'm gonna sit right here and tell y'all everything I done heard, everything I done saw, and everything. I can tell y'all stuff that y'all go get. Same thing. Like,
Are you willing to do that now?
I promise I'll do it right now. I can show y'all how. I can y'all go bust everybody's spot. I don't care. I just want y'all to
What do you want out of it?
like that.
That
Mr.
was hard to hear.
Copeland, what I said, was that fairly accurate of what you just heard? Or what
That's
was-
what I just heard.
Okay. And then the last one I want to focus on for this series is Jeffrey Williams or JW 240EE, Aaron, that states exhibit number 378YE. It's the June 10th, 2015 meeting, interrogation with the police. And now it's a little early. It's 10:01:46 a.m. to 10:01:59 a.m. And you said something to the effect of, I hate jail, man. And I'm just saying darn, but it says another word. I let an N get me sent away for man, them N's trying to kill me and my child, bruh, I ain't. And then he talking about killing me, bruh. Listen, I'm a tell you anything. Okay, if you could just listen to this for us.
You know what they did to me?
Tell us. Tell us.
After January 10th, people started shooting at me and my family. February, I went to jail for trying to protect me and my baby and my girl at the time. They put me in Rice Street on some stuff called medical flow. It's somewhere hid in the jail. It stink. It's crazy. People in there talking, yelling through the door, putting feces all on the window and on the wall. They locked me in the room. It's one door right here. It's one door right here. And it's another door back here. And it's another door back here. I'm behind this door. I don't see nobody. I don't talk to nobody. I'm by myself. I'm at the verge of losing my mind. People trying to shoot at me while they got me locked in this room. I can't talk to nobody. I can't see nobody. I'm locked in this room. They held me in that room for 3 weeks. I got out of jail. I had a court date for another county where I never even been to for some charges I never even did. I don't steal out of stores. I went down to that courthouse and tried to get it situated. Went in the wrong courtroom, told the deputy, hey, my name is such and such, such. I missed court. I'm here to fix it. He said, oh, I gave him my name, told him what happened. He said, oh, you got a warrant. And he locked me up. They put me right back in jail. I stayed in jail a whole month. I had to use the money for selling my four-wheeler to pay an attorney to come represent me. I got the lawyer to come represent me. That lawyer, he got me a bond. A friend of mine gave my baby mama the money to pay my bond. She paid my bond. I got out of jail. The very next day, Atlanta police came into the gym with a whole lot of them. They got me, said that this my bag, this my gun. They took me from my neighborhood to Turnerfield. They questioned me. I told them it wasn't my gun. They let me go. They came back and get me June 10th. They questioned me. I was at the verge of losing my mind because every time I come outside, they keep locking me up. They got me. They did it. They held me in the interrogation room for a whole day, probably. I don't know. They put me right back in Rice Street, put me right back behind all these doors. They constantly kept doing it to me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't at this point, like, man, I'm tired of keep reliving this stuff. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it, man. I'm sitting right here. I got cramps, man. I got knots in my stomach, man. I haven't ate none. I tried to eat yesterday. I haven't ate today. Y'all sitting up here. I asked for a break. I asked. I'm in pain right now. I understand it might be my fault. I'm telling y'all, I made it up. I lied. Damn, man. This is crazy. I'm telling y'all, my stomach hurting, man.
Well, with the honorable court's order, we're going to be leaving in a little bit of time. Can you try to just listen to the JW 240EE that I just said? If you need it, could you put in your earphone if you don't mind?
I can hear it.
Okay.
I hate jail, man. I was damn on this nigga recent with man, my nigga try to kill me and my child, bro. And they didn't even come out and kill me, bro. Listen, I'm telling you, man, but you.
Mr. Copeland, with your background and your experiences in jail, is it fair to say that you would do anything not to go to jail? Can I ask you a couple of questions?
I'm listening.
Okay. For people who've never been to prison or jail, do you know the difference, by the way?
Y'all know the difference.
Objection, Your Honor, relevance.
Sustained.
Whether it's a prison or jail, is it fair to say that
Rice Street is not either one. There's not prison or jail. I don't know what that place is. This is the worst place in the world.
do you remember being in custody after Friday, June 7th, 2024, after the first time you testified before the ladies and gentlemen, the jury, and before you came back in the late morning of Monday, June 10th, 2024? Do you remember where you were held?
You talking about they locked me up here?
Yes, sir.
What about it?
Do you remember where were you held in the Fulton County Jail, another jail? Do you remember?
When they took me out of here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Where were you held?
They took me to Rice Street, and then the next day came, they took me from Rice Street to DeKalb County Jail, and they down there just as worse as Rice Street.
And DeKalb County Jail, describe to the ladies and gentlemen jury what it was like when you were in that jail?
Objection relevant, Your Honor.
Goes to his motivation for testifying here.
I don't know that we need to get that far afield. He's already told us that Rice Street is horrible. It's the worst place in the world, and DeKalb is even worse. So let's move on.
Mr. Copeland, after giving law enforcement officers this information that the prosecution has played for you, January 11th, 2015, recorded interview, January 28th, 2015, recorded interview, February 20th, 2015, recorded interview, February 21st, 2015, recorded interview, June 10th, 2015, 9-hour recorded interview. You got charged with murder, right? For Donovan Thomas.
Can you say it again?
Yes.
I heard the interview. You said I got charged with murder.
Yeah, do you remember being served? No, I'm marking Jeffery Williams number 245. May I approach Ron?
You may.
I'm going to show you this, Mr. Copeland. If you need any assistance, let me know. Do you remember Detective Thorpe swearing out a warrant for you for the offense of murder for you knowingly and intentionally with malice aforethought on January 10, 2015 at 330 McDaniel Street, Atlanta, Fulton County, state of Georgia, did participate in a
Objection, Your
drive-by
Honor.
shooting?
Hang on just a second. Yes?
Reading something that's not into evidence and relevance.
Okay, well, overruled on relevance. What was the first thing?
That he's reading something that's not in.
All right, so have him, are you asking him whether he recognizes it? Just
Sure. Did he
ask
get
him,
charged?
do you recognize it? That's
Okay.
the way to do that.
Okay, look at Jeffery Williams number 245. It's several pages, but this is the first page at first. Do you recognize that as the warrant taken for your arrest for murder of Donovan Thomas by Detective Thorpe on October 20th, 2015? Yes?
Wait,
Do you recognize that?
it's a warrant paper.
For you? True?
I see my name on it.
Okay. And that's Detective Thorpe? Swore it out, right? Do you see that?
You gotta show me.
May I approach your honor?
You may.
May I approach you, Mr. Copeland?
Guys, I just linked in the chat the Michael Sprinkle hearing from over a year ago where he talks about Copeland being one of the four
Yeah.
charged.
Can you see the date on there, Mr. Copeland? October 20th, 2015?
You said who?
October 20th, it says 10/20/15, 2015.
No, I don't see it.
May I approach your honor?
You may. Are you gonna ask him whether it was served on him? Because he didn't really answer whether he recognized.
The date?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And at that time, you were in federal custody at the Robert A. Dayton Detention Center. When I say that time, October 20th of 2015, you were awaiting the federal charges that eventually you were sentenced to 51 months in custody, right?
No, I was sentenced to 5 years.
Okay, apologize, 60 months in custody. Apologize. While you were held at the Robert A. Dayton Detention Center in Clayton County, do you remember that?
Lovejoy.
Yes, Lovejoy. Do you remember being served by a United States Marshal these warrants while in Lovejoy?
No, my attorney told me.
Okay. And you were charged with what crimes?
He just said murder.
All right. For Donovan Thomas, right?
That's what he said.
Okay. So after Detective Thorpe, you knew that he worked with Detective Gaither, right?
What you mean?
They were co-workers. They were working, they interviewed you together, interrogated you. You knew that he worked with Detective Dennis, right?
Right?
You knew he worked with federal ATF agent Cunningham, right?
Right?
and he took out a warrant for you for murder of Donovan
Right.
Thomas just 4 months after you gave the last interrogation that we have, June 10th, 2015, right?
Right.
Mr. Copeland, eventually, you went to federal custody and you entered a guilty plea for a 922G, which, forget that, for possession of firearm by a convicted felon. Is that true?
Right.
You remember going before the Honorable Judge Totenberg,
Right.
and she gave you the maximum sentence for that, 60
Right.
months. And you served 51 out of the 60 months. Is that fair to say?
Right.
Okay. I want to show you some of your prior convictions and tell me if you recognize them, okay? I'll be right back. Your Honor, may I have a second?
You may.
While they're looking for that, Mr. Copeland, Jeffery Williams wasn't charged with murder of Donovan Thomas, right?
I don't know. Not to my knowledge.
Even in this indictment, Jeffery Williams not charged with murder of Donovan Thomas. Do you realize that? And if you don't know, just say, I don't know.
Objection, Your Honor. Improper speculation.
It's the indictment on trial.
Well, it really doesn't matter whether he knows it or not. Ask your next question.
I'm just waiting on the certified copies. Mr. Copeland, I'm just going to ask you some questions while the prosecutor is looking at this, okay? While in jail, in the Fulton County Jail, as well as were you held in the Fayette County Jail? Do you ever remember that?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Just to be fair, say yes, okay, or no. And you are aware that jail calls are recorded. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Now, is it true that at times people in jail, I'm not saying you, but people in jail have contraband cellular phones, like cell phones like you would use today? They have them in the jail. A person who's in custody.
You said, do people in jail have phones?
Or in prison, yeah, or both.
Mm.
And if you don't know, just, I don't know.
Yeah, people in jail. Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to show you what I've marked. I'm starting at 252J as in Jake. May I approach, Your Honor?
You may.
Mr. Copeland? May I approach you?
Mm-hmm.
This is, I'm just going to show you what I've marked as Mr. Williams 252J, okay? And if you could just take a look at this for me. Do you see what it says here? United States District Court, Northern District of Georgia,
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta Division, United States versus you, United States of America versus you, Mr. Copeland? You see that?
Mm-hmm.
And do you see your lawyer's name, Ms. Durrett?
Mm-hmm.
And that's Durrett. And do you see the Honorable Judge Totenberg's signature on there?
Mm-hmm.
And that was your judge, correct?
Yes. Yes.
And you see the date, October 24th, 2018?
Yes.
And it has an amendment to the judgment, same case number, your name, right?
Yes.
And it just has October 22, the same date, but the judge signed October 31, and it just amended your sentence. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
And this is certified. Certified means the clerk, you feel that, if you want to feel that seal?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
And this shows that you pled guilty to the offense of possession of firearm under 18 United States Code 922G1. Do you see that?
Yes.
And your sentence is going to be on page 2, 60 months. Is that fair to say?
And 3 years supervised release. It's not on there. Is it?
It'll be on here, yes, sir. And I will show it to you. And supervised release is like what?
Probation?
Okay. And it's right here on page 4. You see that 3-year supervised release?
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Yes. Yes.
Your Honor, I move for the admission of its certified document 252J. It's a conviction of Mr. Copeland from the Northern District of Georgia. The offense date is April 28, 2015. Your Honor, the judgment date is October 24, 2018, but then it was amended. It was a correction. It's October 31, 2018.
All right, so a minute.
I'm just going to move this to court. Mr. Copeland, I'm showing you what's been marked as Mr. Williams number 252I as an ice cream, okay? And again, do you feel that seal on it for a certified copy? Did you feel that?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And this is in the Superior Court of Fulton County, and that's state of Georgia versus you. You see your name?
Yes.
And that's indictment number, it actually says criminal action number 20 SC 176912. You see that?
Yes.
And do you see where it says that you entered a guilty plea under Alford? Do you know what Alford is? Remember?
No.
Okay. And it says 5 years to serve 3 years, balance of 2 years probated. Do you see that?
Yes, I see it.
On possession of a controlled substance, Schedule 1 or 2 with intent to distribute. Is that fair? That's what it says.
That's what it say.
Okay. And I'm going to turn to, you were sentenced by the Honorable Judge Ingram in this courthouse. Do you remember that by any chance?
Yes.
And I'm going here to your indictment. And Judge Ingram's name used to be Judge Millender. Did you know that? And if you didn't, that's fine.
Yes, I know it.
Okay. And this indictment was returned by the grand jury on November 20th, 2020 for the offenses of participation in criminal street gang activity. But you did not plead guilty to that. You pled guilty to possession of a controlled substance, Schedule 1 or 2 with intent to distribute, count 2. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. And did you see your signature under where it says Kenneth Copeland waives a copy of the indictment, list of witnesses, formal arraignment, pleads guilty to count 2? You see your signature there?
Yes.
And then the Honorable Jonathan Melnick,
Yes.
that's your lawyer, right? Former lawyer. And you pled guilty on January 25, 2022. Fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, this is a certified copy, and I would move for the admission of Mr. Williams number 252I.
Admitted.
Mr. Copeland, if you don't mind, if you could feel the seal, that shows certification. Again, Fulton County Superior Court, State of Georgia versus Mr. Kenneth Copeland. That indictment number, I'm just looking at it and reading it, 22 SC 182134. Do you see that?
Yes.
And this charges you, and you pled guilty under Alford again to possession of firearm by a convicted felon. Do you see that?
Yes.
And you were sentenced to 5 years to serve 10 months in prison, balance of 4 years, 2 months to be served on probation. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And this is, again, you're represented by the Honorable Jonathan Melnick. You see that?
Yes.
And I'm going to the indictment in the same indictment number that we just said. And do you see your signature here?
Yes.
When it says you plead guilty, and it is only to the count 3. You got that?
Yes.
Is that all true, what I said? Possession of firearm by a convicted felon. You see that?
Yes.
And the grand jury, and you pled guilty to possession of firearm by a convicted felon in the county of Fulton, state of Georgia, on the 27th day of October 2021. Did knowingly and without a lawful authority possess a certain firearm, a Glock handgun, accused having been convicted of felony in 10 SC 96938, Superior Court of Fulton County, offensive aggravated. Sorry. Yes, ma'am. Having been convicted of felony on indictment number 10 SC 96938 in the Superior Court of Fulton County, Georgia, for the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon on March 7, 2011. Is that true?
What's true?
That's what it says.
Yes.
Okay. And that's the count that you pled guilty to. True?
Yes.
Your Honor, I move for the admission of Mr. Williams, number 252, M as in magic.
Admitted.
And Mr. Copeland, that date, October 27, 2021, you saw a clip, I believe, of investigator, detective Viverito and you in a room,
Yes.
and that was the same day, October 27, 2021. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Copeland, I'm showing you Mr. Williams, number 252G as in Goldfetter. And this again in Fulton County, State of Georgia versus you, Mr. Copeland. This indictment number is 20 SC 176851. You see that?
Yes.
And this has you pleading guilty under Alford to count 2, possession of a vehicle with an altered VIN number. You know what a VIN number is?
Huh?
Do you know what a VIN number is?
No.
Vehicle identification number?
Yes.
Okay. And it says 15 years to serve 3 years in prison, balance of 12 years on probation. You see that?
Yes.
And this date is also before Judge Ingram on the 25th day of January 2022. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
And here's the indictment. Same number that I announced before, State of Georgia versus you, and charging you to count 2 with possession of a vehicle with an altered VIN number, and you pled guilty to that count and count 3.
Yes.
Willful obstruction of law enforcement. See that?
Yes.
And that's your signature, or the judge?
Maybe try turning that backup mic off. I don't know if that'll make any difference or not. Okay, I don't know why that's started happening. Go ahead.
And you pled guilty to Jonathan Melnick's your lawyer, 25th day of January 2022. Fair to say?
Yes.
Your Honor, I move for the admission of Mr. Williams, a certified copy, Your Honor, 252G as a bill.
Admitted.
Copeland, I am showing you what the mark is Mr. Williams 252F as in Fox, okay? Superior Court of Fulton County, State of Georgia versus Mr. Kenneth Copeland. That indictment number is 12 SC 11 3315. You see that? Yes. And this has you pleading guilty to certain counts, including terroristic threats, count 1, terrorist threats, count 2, terrorist threats, count 3, and 3 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. You see that? Yes. And you were sentenced to serve a total of 10 years to serve 2 years in prison, balance on probation. Is that fair to say? Yes. And this again, you feel that certification? Yes. And this was before the Honorable Todd Markle. Do you remember him as a judge by any chance? Yes. And this was the 12th day of August 2013. And that's your indictment, correct? Yes. And that's your signature? Yes. And that's what you pled guilty to, those crimes that I announced. Fair to say? Yes. Your Honor, move for the admission of Mr. Williams 252F as in Fox.
Admitted.
Mr. Copeland, I'm showing you what's certified, and if you don't mind just feeling, just make sure that you feel the same seal. Yes. Superior Court of Fulton County, State of Georgia versus Mr. Copeland, criminal action number 12 SC 110195. And this charges and you pled guilty to 3 counts of entering an automobile. And then I'm skipping the 2 misdemeanors. I pled guilty to, but I'm skipping them. And then actually, that's all I'm going to announce, please. There are 3 counts of entering automobile. True? Yes. And you were sentenced to 5 years, so 2 years in prison and the balance of 3 years on probation. Fair to say?
This was see.
And this was on August 12, 2013. Correct?
Yes.
Also before Judge Markham?
Yes.
The Honorable Judge Markham. And here's the indictment charging you that you signature you pled guilty to these counts. Correct?
Yes.
Your Honor, I move for the admission of 252B as in
Admitted.
certified.
She admitted it if you couldn't hear.
Mr. Copeland, I am showing you in the Superior Court of Fulton County, State of Georgia versus Mr. Copeland, indictment number 15 SC 136794. Do you have a certification on that? You don't mind? And this is Jeffery Williams, 252D as in David, okay? All right. And this has you pleading guilty, sentence of 5 years to serve in prison, community time served for theft by receiving stolen property of felony. See that?
Yes.
And this was also before the Honorable Judge Markle on the 13th of December 2018. See that?
Yes.
And this is your indictment. That's your signature, pleading guilty. Is that true?
Yes.
Your Honor, I move for the admission of Mr. Williams 252D as indicated.
Admitted.
Copeland, I am showing you Mr. Williams number 252C is in collect. And it's in the Superior Court of Fulton County, State of Georgia versus Mr. Copeland. And you entered a guilty plea to count 1, which is aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. This is indictment number 10 SC 96398. Does that all look accurate?
Yes.
And you were sentenced to 10 years in confinement, but upon the service of 1 year, 9 years would be served on probation. See that?
Yes.
And tell me if this is your signature. And here you were represented by Suzanne Pomey, P-O-M-E-Y. See that?
Yes.
Here's your indictment, and that's your guilty plea under Alford versus North Carolina. You see your signature?
Yes.
You entered that plea on the 7th day of March 2011. Fair to say?
Yes.
Your Honor, I move for the admission is a certified copy of Mr. Williams 252C as in court.
Admitted.
And Mr. Copeland, this is Mr. Williams number 252B as in Barry. And this again is in Superior Court of Fulton County, State of Georgia versus Mr. Copeland. And this is a non-negotiated plea of guilty on Alford versus North Carolina. And pleading guilty to 5 years to serve in prison, on probation. Is that what it says?
Yes.
And can you make sure that that's a certified copy?
Yes.
And what you pled guilty to? With your lawyer, Jessica Stearns, S-T-E-R-N-S. You see that?
Yes.
And this was August 31, 2009, correct?
Yes.
And you pled guilty under Alfred versus North Carolina to count theft by taking an automobile. You see that, count one?
Yes,
And that's your signature, I think I asked you that. Is that true?
yes,
And you did that on August 31, 2009, I think I asked.
yes.
Your Honor, I move for the admission of Mr. Williams 252B.
Admitted.
Mr. Copeland. When you were able to be around Jeffery for that short period of time that you said, that benefited you because it made you more known. Is that, am I saying that right? Is that true?
Objection on vague as to what period of time?
Can you rephrase your question, please?
Sure. You testified already that you were with Jeffery for a short period of time from the end of 2014 to 2015, and you were arrested and didn't get out of custody on June 10th, 2015. So somewhere in that period. Is that fair to say?
I didn't hear you.
Okay. You were around Jeffery Williams at times, at the end of 2014, year 2014, and then sporadically, because you kept getting arrested, but no more after June 10th, 2015, because then you're arrested and then sent to federal prison for 51 months. True?
No,
Okay, explain.
I was on around him from 14, and then we started hanging in 15.
Say it again, I couldn't hear you.
I wasn't hanging around him in 2015,
Okay,
only the end of 2014.
okay. And that was beneficial to you because it boosted your notoriety, meaning people took more note of you because you were around people like Jeffery Williams and the people that he knew. Is that true?
It really was based off the experience.
Explain that to the jury.
What you mean?
Explain what you mean by it was based off the experience.
It wasn't about attention. It was just about flying on planes, going different, like just seeing more than just hanging in the neighborhood.
Before Jeffery Williams allowed you, took you, asked you, or Tick or Mr. Trentavious Stephen, whoever, how far outside of the Atlanta area had you ever been?
Only once I've been to, no, I'm lying. Twice I've been out of town, but it was just, I went with, when I got out of jail in 2013, my baby mama, she was going to college in South Carolina. So I traveled down there with her. And then when my friend got killed, I stopped. But before that, I had went with some old friends. He took me deep sea fishing, but that was it. But
Had you, in those experiences, had you ever been on an airplane
no,
or did you drive?
yeah, we drove.
Okay. Okay.
Mr. Steele, is this a good time to stop?
Sure.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and break for the day. I will see y'all.
So what do you think about that, you guys? And we just watched Brian Steele establish how much pressure Kenneth Copeland was under and how much trouble he has been in or was subject to being punished for in the past, regardless of any specific outcome. There is a long list of things that he just went through line by line with Kenneth Copeland. What are your thoughts on it? Turning the floor over to you guys. You guys have a good one. Until next time.